Stewy and I are up on this hill, been up about 4:30, we got up and been listening, and we can hear one. We've gotten into kind of 800 metres of them. The gills are out feeding, but we cannot see, get eyes on this stag. He's in that timber.
$750?
Yeah, I reckon be 800.
800.
Yeah.
It's interesting they're walking back that way.
5x5.
Maybe. He's actually feeding at the moment.
He's got all the girls with him now.
Oh, I just saw him curling his lip. He's still got that white iris. He's only a young one, I reckon.
He's on a mission now. He's chasing round that girl up.
Rounding them up.
So just out on the farm, just checking all a bit of gear before we head out again. All this stuff is right, we're just triple checking it. We've got a few good animals out there, and tomorrow we want to just make sure that everything is all in order and it's all working well. I've got with me, on this trip, I've got the Bavarian with me. Still hasn't been christened yet. And I've got the Old Faithful, the 7mm Rem mag, so we kind of got all bases covered. Stewy's got shooting a 30-06, and this morning actually was perfect for the close quarter stuff. There was a lot of scrub in there and bits and pieces, but being that we're hunting fringe country, there is every opportunity, every chance that one of those deer might just step out into those paddocks or cross a paddock where you're just not going to be able to reach out and touch that. So I think tomorrow the safest bet's going to be to take out the 7mm, and hopefully it all comes together.
There's a dam down here. This morning, I saw that hind walked across the top of the dam, and then a yearling behind it, and a stag walked through the dam. There's too much fog. Now, he's walked up there, and I can't see him, and I can see this matriarch hind here, so that yearling can't be far, and I reckon he'll trail her. This fog keeps coming in heavy and out. I can see him quite clearly with the binos, but it's hard to see with the camera. So I'll sit tight. I can't get any closer because I've got a group of wallabies that have moved in between us now. But I can kind of see him. I think he's got a lot of tines on him. I'll sit tight here for a bit and see what comes up. Stalk. I was able to get into about 45-50 metres of those 3 deer. Now, that stag's slowly feeding up towards Stewy. Stewy's sitting up above me. I'm pretty sure he'll walk straight into him, so I've got the wind absolutely perfect. I can see the stag and where the yearling went, but I can't see where that matriarch hind has gone, so I'm going to sit tight. Hopefully I see her walk up. And I'm going to sneak down and get in. There's some dead ground down by the creek there. I'm going to drop down into the creek. I'll walk the creek line and then try and get up and be behind them. There's a couple of roos coming down from above me. Hopefully they don't bust me, but yeah, it's good to get in that close and get some good footage and really work out where they're transiting. I'm pretty sure I'll compare photos with Stewy later, but he showed me a photo of a hind and a yearling from this block about a week ago, and I reckon it's the same too, but his tag's picked up on him, so he's only a young one. He's not a shooter, but we are looking for meat, so maybe later we'd shoot that young one. We'll keep the camera rolling and see how we go. It's pretty exciting stuff. This guy's not murmured or roared or anything. He's totally silent. We did see a rub tree yesterday, so we knew there was a stag in the area. I'm pretty confident it's just these guys here, just this 3. But the day is still young. So those deer have crossed a different system. So I've walked up with Stewy now. We've crossed, we're trying to keep the wind. They're now going uphill. The sun's coming up. The fog's starting to get burnt off. It's a beautiful property, got all these rolling ambushes. Got a few creeks to get across though. Fingers crossed we can head him off up here a bit. It's a little bit different hunting the samba. You really they cover a lot of ground when they're walking even. So you gotta go at a reasonably fast pace, as quiet as you can, just to catch up or just to trail them. And at the same time, look out for things that are going to bust you, like wallabies. And there's a lot of kangaroos, wombats, stuff like that they use as sentries. We try and utilise as much dead ground as possible. It keeps your scent down, keeps your sound down. It smells like a deer in here. It smells like a deer in here. Yeah, they've been using this. Sneaky. There's a few trails and prints along here. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that down there, but big prints. sit here or move at him. He'll probably want to come up here anyway. Yeah, I'll just keep going down slowly, see if I can get eyes on him. Go ahead.
Good animal, best we've seen.
You got eyes on him?
You still hear that other one from time to time?
Yeah, I've got one right in front of me. He mustn't be more than 100.
I think I might be ahead of you.
Yeah, well, I'm going real slow down through the bushes still. Deer have been set up here for a while. There's rub trees all through this little run here. Just had a really good encounter with a so there's got a little bit of green to it and some older strikes pretty high. That's up, it's way up there above my head. Stewy just saw a good 12-pointer. And two younger ones in tow, and I was onto one right in front of me I didn't get eyes on, and the one I saw, or the one I heard but didn't see, the other guys didn't have any girls with them, so we think the one that stayed, what happened is we ended up getting to a property boundary, so we had to stop pursuing them. So we've let them lay into the neighbours, and now we're spun back around on this other one, focusing on this one that may have the hinds with it. So we'll just pick along this line that's pretty active and see if anything pops up. I had a pretty good hunt this morning. Stewy and I left about 4:30 in the dark. We drove out to a higher point up on this private property and had a bit of a listen, and within a few minutes we could hear red deer roaring, and then we thought maybe there was another one, so quickly chucked the packs on, grabbed the rifles, and off we went. We had to kind of navigate around a lot of cows, a lot of livestock, roos, all that kind of stuff, and as we got closer they started walking off, so we followed them for maybe probably 1500 metres or so, just being careful, trying to get around all the wallabies and roos and stuff. But as we closed the gap and we were almost on them, I must have been within 100 to 80 metres there, and followed them around, and then Stewy saw them crossing the boundary and they've gone into the neighbour's place. So unfortunately we didn't get them, but he said that it's a pretty strong 12. I didn't get eyes on them, and 2 satellites, but I pretty much where those 3 went, I heard another animal down lower, and I was trying to get in on that one, and then it went quiet. So we think that the one that went quiet, I just heard a roar over here. We think that the one went quiet is the dominant one that might have the girls in it, because we have not seen a hind, and for 3 stags or 4 stags to be going so noisy and really having it on, they must be worked up. So we've circled around now. The sun's coming up. These guys will bed down and shut down soon. So we'll circle around a little bit and just see. There's a lot of blackberries, a lot of cover in amongst this open forest section. So we've spread out a little bit, and we'll just kind of fan our way back and circle back to the car and see if we can come up with anything. There's a few foxes and lots of wildlife around here. It's the feed is amazing. There is just clover, and they've just got it all. So they're really spread out here. We've got 2 stags roaring just ahead. We've got to try and get in close. I think they're moving away from me again. I let out a roar way back, and they've come back around. But I don't want to roar when I'm this close to them. and come into me. They must be just here. Spike is about 60 metres in front of me. No, he's behind them. The spike is on my side. You'll need to go to the north side of them.
Jet wash. Good.
I get any fresher than that. Mushies everywhere. So Stewy and I are just heading back. They gave us the slip. We didn't get eyes on the big one. We did find hind prints, so we confirmed that there was some hinds with them, which was good to know. So we'll let them have the day and the night, and we'll try again in the morning.
Got 6 fallow deer, 150 metres in front of me. There's a good buck with them. You can see that young one there. The mother's trying to wean it off. This buck is a bit ratty to holding all these hinds. He's having a spar with that one. How's that? Never seen that before. It's got no antlers. You see them on my viewfinders here? See they're sparring there?
Yeah. Just gentle.
Yeah, real gentle. That's cool behaviour, man. I wonder if that's a young spike, like a young male. Can't really see his pizzle from here, but on the big screen might be able to. Yeah.
Fuck, they're chilled.
Yeah. Yeah, licking his antlers.
Licking the other one together.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's cool how they kind of teach him that stuff real early, eh? I've never seen that behaviour. Look at him, they just keep touching heads. He's been real gentle with it.
Yeah.
Looked like he was scenting a bit then. Oh, what's going on here? I might have caught a bit. Yep. Me! 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 He's close, man. It's almost bow range. really croaked then. Did you hear him? Gotta get Toby, be quiet, I gotta get the audio. He's scenting hard. She's looking our way. That iron's looking our way, she knows something's going on. Sneak in and get some photos. I've got heaps of footage, man. Leave him with me. Well, that was pretty exciting. Got Toby and Stewy. We got pretty bloody close to that group of fellows. That was ace. Thought they were going to walk straight into us at one stage. We saw a red deer hind just before that happened. We saw a red deer hind in here. That's what caught my eye. And we saw a stag in the fog but couldn't get good eyes on him. Then I don't know, she might have got our wind. She started running up and down like crazy, then took off. But all these guys stayed here, so I don't know. She was a clever one. She's that matriarch red deer hind. So I know direction she's gone. There's a big feeder paddock over there, so we're going to pop over. Maybe they've chilled out on the other side with a bit of luck. Still got a lot of fog around. It's 8:15, so it's starting to get on now, but when it's like this, they just stay out and feed. Well, we've had a pretty good morning. Got to see a heap of fallow. Heard reds, just could not find them, but back at home in Samba country, you always get drawn to these wild cherry trees. You can see this one behind me. Oh, something's coming. Something's coming through the bush. Oh, there's a kangaroo. And a group of kangaroos are pretty noisy. That's alright. Here, in there. So, yeah, I'm always kind of keep an eye on these cherry trees because they're a good signposter and marker for all the Samba. But look at what the red deer do to them. This is like a bloody bear's been here. Check this out. The gouges in here, and I can put my whole finger inside of that one. That's something else. And he's bashed it. He's broken those branches. That's way above my head height there. So you can see there's kind of a pad underneath it too, where he maybe it's turning it up or perhaps sitting in it. Lots of hoof prints. This is the most sign I've seen. Lots of hoof prints in here, and I found fresh strawberries. The first pallets that I've actually found this trip, surprisingly. But Stewy's over in that direction, so he might have bumped those roos. But I'm just going to hang out here. If this is a route that the deer are using, if they're trying to evade Stewy, they might run past like those roos did. So it's the afternoon now. We didn't have much luck this morning. Well, we had a lot of luck, but we didn't shoot anything this morning. Red deer have been pretty crafty, and it was a lot warmer this morning, so they just weren't vocal. So we've come back to one of Stewy's other properties. It's quite a good one, really nice elevation here.
There's a few fallow trotting around. He's seen some fallow in here. He's got a couple of cameras in, so we're going to go do a camera run, check some cameras, and we're switching from trophy mode to meat mode now, so we'll hopefully be able to fill the freezers nice. And now it's nice and cool. We've got an overcast day. It's a really good opportunity. I've only got a couple of days and I'm going to go home, so we're going to go for another crack at that red stag in the morning. Hopefully he's roaring a bit more. We'll go even earlier and just have a listen out in the dark. But for now, if we can get one of these and fill the freezers, both of our freezers are looking pretty low, so we've passed up a lot of animals this trip already, so it's time to start putting some work in. We'll see how we go. There's quite a good rolling ambush just over this hill, so I'm just waiting for Stewy to go up. He's going to get in line with me in position. We've got a wind coming up, so as soon as I enter this, if anything's in here, there's a fair chance I'll bump it towards him and vice versa. So I'm just going to give him a bit of time, get up in line, and then we'll both pop over this at the same time, and hopefully there's some animals in between us. Got it pretty good. There's a little ambush kind of gully with an opposing gutter there. Just got to get through this dry, noisy stuff quiet as I can. Wind's perfect. Well, it's nice and overcast now. It's cooling off quite rapidly, so we're going to do an afternoon sit instead of walking around this area. We've been down to the wallow. Stewy's got a camera on there and a few does, no stags, not much action. A few weeks earlier he saw some good fallow in there, but last time any deer visited that area was 2 days ago. So up here on the top though, we've got two water points, two small dams. And we're really high here, there isn't much water around, so we're running with the theory that it hasn't rained for the last few days and the deer that are up in this system might come to this water. When I got here there was a few other kangaroos here, so sit tight, and, just have a sit and wait, and go and have an early night and get up early, see if we can nose up these red deer in the morning. Just waiting for the fog to clear. Don't know if you can hear that, but we've got a stag roaring just on that face there.
starting to burn a little bit of this cloud off so we can get eyes on him. He was a lot more vocal earlier. He's just gone back to some murmurs. I reckon he couldn't be more than 300 metres across there.
Might be a little bit hard to see from here. I'm a fair way back, but you can see there's a few red deer feeding out there. You can count 3 off there and another 2 over to the right. Looks like they're all hinds. Can't see any stags with them in there. I'd imagine there's a stag not too far away. Well, it's a beautiful morning. Last day. Just snuck into a really vocal red deer, and waiting for the fog to lift. Right in front of him, maybe couldn't have been more than 200 or 300 metres. And the hunter's let off a shot up above them, and they're shut down and taken off. So sometimes that's the way it goes. Punch back up the hill. Go back and have some brekkie. Oh, they're out of here.
He was big too.
Yeah, he was a good one. Well, sorry guys, I just got on them then. Well, I've got Murray with me today. We're on the glass. We'd just been bamboozled by the fogs this whole time. Had this stag roaring. We pulled the pin, we thought he's gone. Just got to the top of this hill in the opposite direction. The sun's cleared. And he's bloody come out and shown us his face. He's a good one, isn't he?
Oh, he's big. He's big.
Well, I'm going home today, but you guys staying on, there's always tomorrow. So that hind's still there, is it?
Yeah, he's still up there.
Well, another trip comes to a close. I've had an absolute blast out here in New South Wales chasing roaring reds. We saw some fallow, which is a bit of a treat. Even saw the odd pig or two, and they just keep coming up, those pigs, lately wherever I go. And yeah, nothing on the deck this time. I came up a few years ago and it was a similar kind of thing. I just had an absolute blast chasing around. Hats off to Stewy. He does a lot in terms of game management, and what I mean by that, he's worked really hard to maintain the properties and the stags on these properties, and it's not a case of just shooting the first thing we see. We do have a really good look at these animals that are out there and their potential and their future potential, culling out the ones that are missing the bits and pieces. But you know, leaving those up and comers, it's really important. And yeah, he's got a lot of trigger discipline, and the rewards come back tenfold when you see those bigger boys just growing out to maturity. They're holding the hinds. Yeah, sneaking in and getting footage is just as rewarding. So I've had an absolute ball. I've got a long drive ahead of me, so I'll pack up and head back to the Victorian High Country. See you next time.